Alright, so this is where I'm at. I took the power steering pump off. Well, I didn't take it off, I just took it off the engine, moved it over. There's a 12mm nut on this side. It's bolted onto the top end over here, which is like an adjuster. See the adjuster screw right here? That little wing nut right there. And also on the bottom of it, there's another nut. I know it's hard to see. Right there. That goes on to this bottom bracket, and that adjusts the tension on the belt. See the belt over here. Also, I'm removing the alternator because I need to get to the compressor, AC compressor bolts, which are down there. You got a big 14mm over here that I already started loosening up, and down there looks like there's another wing nut that I'm going to try and get to. I'm sure you can reach your hand down there. Probably need a set of pliers to get to that. Also, I removed started pulling out the harness from the engine interior. I moved the glove box out the way. There's these two plastic, if I could find where they are. Anyways, I can't find them at the moment, but on the edge over here, there's these two plastic clips that you have to squeeze. From here, you have to squeeze in and slide it out. I can't find them. I don't know where I put them, but they're in here somewhere. And inside of here is the computer. It's a little messy, but there's 4 clips that go onto the ECU right here. 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4. I don't remember. And basically, you slide it through. There's a hole right here. Kind of see the daylight right through there. Kind of pull it a little bit, and you guide the clips and connectors through. Don't just yank it out, because then you might rip it. And to pull it out, I had to unbolt the cruise control, and that moves over. And right through here, you see how it's starting to pull out. All the connectors are right there. I haven't done it yet. Once I finally pull the engine out, I'll pull it completely out. But basically, right there on the passenger side, once you unbolt the cruise control box. All right, that's where I'm at. All right, just remove the alternator. It's a little pain, but I couldn't get that wing nut off that's down there. So what I saw from over here was, if you jack the car up, you could kind of see that's the adjuster. So the alternator sits like this, just like that. And this screw right there I loosened, and that was able to break free the alternator. I moved it around, I took the belt off. This belt needs to be changed, but that allowed me to loosen up the alternator. So now I'm taking out the AC compressor. There's 4 bolts. There's 2 up top here. 1 there. That's a 12mm. And I believe there's 2 underneath. I haven't really felt it. Yep, they're right there. 1 right here where my finger's at. The other one's probably on the other side. On the forums it says to push this out the way. See, this bracket needs to come off right here. This is sitting here, so just kind of slide it over somehow. Alright, where are you going? Alright. Alright, so I'm underneath the car. I think the best way to take the 2 bolts from underneath the AC compressor is to take the belly pan off. And I also used a swivel head with the 12mm. Now you're not disconnecting the lines. You're just gonna move it over, have it loose so you can have space for the engine to get pulled out. Next, I'm gonna remove the shift linkage. There's 2 cables basically right here. They have 2 cotter pins and a retaining clip over here. So I'm gonna pull these out with the best ability that I can. These are pretty rusty. Hopefully they'll move. You're gonna have to change these because they've been sitting in for a while, so they're gonna come out eventually. Oh, that broke. That broke too. If this breaks too, then yeah, it broke. All right. I'm gonna have to get a small little needle and tap out whatever's left in there. It's not letting it come out. Alright, I'll do it later. Well, that one I gotta mess with later. This one I think will come out. Alright, so that pin that got stuck in there, this is the aftermath. I had to, hold on. It was like this, right? This plastic, this destroyed plastic piece was here. The only way to really get it out, since there's no space in this area to punch or chisel it out, was for me to chisel this little section out, try and get it as flat as I could, and I lifted up on this. I kind of bent this. This is repairable. This you just got to bend back straight. This you're gonna have to look up. It's like a plastic bushing, so you don't wear out metal to metal. And there's a this has grease on it, so that's one issue right now. So once I got that out, kind of turned it to the side. I'm gonna see if I put some heat on it and see if I could tap that out. Also, this is really stuck. What I did was I grabbed these angled channel locks, I guess you could say, and this harness is in your way, so be careful. But you can kind of see I grabbed it like this and I kind of yanked on it upwards. There's a space right behind this clip where this kind of perfectly sits in place, and you pull up on it and it starts to walk this up a little bit. This one I was able to get a flathead screwdriver. Now it's starting to come out. If you take a look at this, see it's starting to come out now. I'll pick that up later. But this one, there's really no space to get it. I heat these up a little bit to try and get it out. I'm gonna have to have a smaller pair of these to see if maybe I can try and reach up behind it, because as you can tell when I put this on, I get that space in the back, but the wiring harness is right here, and this only goes up this far. I'm trying to see if maybe around here or here I could try and lift it up. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Alright, so I was able to get like a millimeter of wiggle play with this harness. This harness connects to the firewall over here. I took out the 2 bolts and it just moves a little bit more for me to get this big monkey wrench or channel lock pliers, whatever you want to call them, to get the clip off. So like I said, I stuck this groove on the back of here. There was a small space where I was able to reach in and kind of pry it open. So now that I got some space, I'm able to pull it out. See how I barely got any room to get that through. Right there. So then kind of just pull it out and you go. Okay. There you go. It's pretty rusty. I'm gonna clean it up and use that later. Now if you look, now this just should just slide out. But it's being very difficult. Alright, so this one, we have the other cotter pin. Okay, this one's gonna come out easier. They have cotter pin pullers. I'm gonna get one. Yeah, so I got this. Have this cotter pin puller. You put it right in the hole of the. Oh yeah. You put it right in the hole of the cotter pin, and you start sliding it out. This one's not as rusty. See over here? There's a tiny little hole. You put it right in there, and you pull it out. Right there. Now, if you look at the shift link cables, it says to twist and pull out.
That's what she said.
Oh yeah. Oh, also look, I took the plate off. See that plastic bushing that I broke on this side? Make sure to save that. Okay. And now this one slides right off. Now it's just a twist. I don't know if I have to twist with. Grab onto this and pull it. Alright, so now to remove these were pretty rusty as well, but what I did was I grabbed it by, see where my pinky is, kind of like by this big angle part, and you just kind of just pull back. It comes off. It wasn't that easy before, I just put it back in. See, so you grab, or you lose a clip. Alright, so you grab from right there and you just pull back. To put it back in, you kind of just wiggle it. Like I said, this was really rusty. So, pull back, and there you go. Your cables are off. What should have took maybe 10 minutes took me almost an hour. Now I gotta worry about this pin that I got stuck in here. I'm gonna heat it up.
It fell on the floor.
And beat it up. Nope, the clip fell off. So I'm gonna try and heat it up and tap it out with something really small, maybe a pin or a super pointy punch. That son of a bee right there. Oh shoot, I could use the camera to actually see it. That's where I got it. But it's so rusty, I can't even push that out. Alright, so in that last part where I said that you remove the clips, it's actually, there's an easier way. After you remove these what do you call it, cotter pins, these bolts right here, I can't really stick my hand through. Where are we? That bolt right there that I'm pointing at, that one, and there's one more in the back. You remove it from there. You don't need to remove it from these clips. I just didn't know how to do it. That's the easiest way I found it, but just to remove these out the way, you remove it by these three bolts. 1, 2, and there should be another one in the back. I can't really see it right now. I jumped ahead of time. Right now the car is done, but putting up some videos as progress as I go. So I just happened to catch that mistake that I made.